Welcome to Fun Fresh Footy with Payton and Yeah. Welcome back to Fun Fresh Footy, the podcast with terrible tips and great yarns. Early in the week.
Yes.
Early in the week because we have full-time jobs.
Yes.
No, welcome back, Petey. How the bloody hell are you on this Tuesday?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm on the up.
That's good. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting up.
You look up.
Thank you.
I feel up. Actually, I was just looking to you before. I started a new gym program yesterday and I'm sore. Sore, unfit, thick, large, but I'm on the up.
Yeah, well, we often come in here and say that we haven't done anything, but today I've been to the gym both days this week, so
well done. So have I. So Fitty Chix 2020 is in full swing. Yes, we're 5 months late, but better late than never. I'm pretty sure that's a tale as old as time. Now, something else. Obviously, I hit the gym this morning. Busy mornings, running around. What I did have before I headed over here was a brainstorm from Dr. V, because I thought, you know what? I've had a flat out and I've got to do this podcast with you. You've got to work. I've got shit to do when I get home. What can I do? Brainstorm. That's me snapping because I'm snapping into gear. Who does brainstorms?
Dr. V.
Dr. V, home of natural energy. Sorry, it's just starting to kick in. drv.com.au, great website. Head over there. Use the code FFF for Fun, Fresh and Footy, all lowercase. And what do you get?
You get 25% off.
25% off. So be better. And if you want to be up and about and like join the Fitty Chix 2020 movement, 2022 movement, don't join the 2020, one, because that's been and gone. Fitty Chix 2022. We're on board with Dr. V.
Yep. And if you needed any more encouraging, I feel like this podcast, you're going to see the difference between someone that's had a brainstorm and someone that hasn't had a brainstorm. So I haven't had one. Creb has had one. And I think you're going to see her flying through this and me struggling.
You know what, baby? I have been watching Game of Thrones, as everyone is aware. I am the dragon from Game of Thrones. Climb aboard and will take you with me.
Excellent.
So yeah, head over to their website, drv.com.au, and you'll thank us later. Alrighty, so yeah, we're in the thick of it, in the thick of this week. It's Tuesday, you're working. I don't go back to work until tomorrow, which is lovely.
Yep.
What have you been up to?
Not much. We had another round of footy on the weekend, which was good to have it go ahead considering almost all local sport was called off because of this fucking weather.
Shocking. I even messaged you on Saturday morning. I was like, bruh, is that going ahead?
Yep. I think they were just like, no, we're not calling it off. But the field paid a price. It was getting very munched up by the boots. The scrum, like I would have hated to be a part of any of the scrums. It was just like sliding everywhere. And that was us. And we were the second game of the day. So
did all Wildfires play?
All grades played, so just like Colts, women's, seconds and first. So by first grade, it would have been a bloody mess.
An absolute fucking mess.
Luckily, I was way too pissed by first grade to give a shit. So.
And to be honest, would you have given a shit about the field regardless?
No, not really. I mean, look, I hope it's in good nick because we've got to use it again, and I hope people, I hope us ruining it doesn't mean that other games get caught off in the future, but also our game went ahead.
But you know what? You keep the greenkeeper in a job.
We do. Wait, he has got a big job this week. Not much in like the watering business. I think that they probably don't need to do much of that, but yeah, probably in the like, I don't even know what they do. But funnily enough, did you, Carla sent a snap over the weekend. I think it must have been on Sunday. I think it was the Maitland field. They were sprinklering it.
I did get that. It was something to do with like, I don't think water's an issue here.
No, I feel like that was the opposite of what those fields would have needed. But look, who am I to tell a greenskeeper how to do their job?
I would, if you put me in a greenkeeper's boots for the day, I wouldn't have the slightest idea where to even begin.
No, if it was above like mowing, I could water it down if it needed watering, and I could decide.
water.
I think I could decide whether it needs watering.
We can do the test.
Yeah. If, you just squish your boot on it a little bit, and I could mow it potentially if they had
I'd prefer a ride-on.
Yeah, with a field that big, I think the pushies.
Well, I know my way around a pushy.
Yeah, look, I do most of my work with a pushy, but I would be reluctant to do a footy field with a pushy.
Do they whippersnip the football field? Because I've just learned how to cut in if they
If they ever need hands.
if they ever need a hand.
Yeah, look,
I'd love to practice on a big surface like that.
You'd think they would need to, but I've certainly never seen it.
I've never seen a whippersnipper at a football field.
No.
If
Maybe the big ride-ons just do it themselves. I don't know. Look, I'm not an expert in that area.
Again, we don't actually. I mean, we might not come as a surprise, but we aren't greenkeepers.
We can't be women of that many talents. We've got a few talents, but we can't have all the talents.
We can't have all of them. We've got to share them with some other people.
But anyway, it was a lovely day. It was Ladies' Day, which was the main part of the day. We kind of missed some of the drinks package because we were playing.
Did you win?
Oh, yeah, we won. We beat Warringah 24-12, which was a lovely
Yay.
little win. They had a good little comeback. We were up 21-0 within, 20 minutes or something, and then we kind of didn't score again, but we got a penalty goal at the end and
Nice.
whatever. We were always going to win it. It was fine.
We knew that.
But it was a good game. The ladies from the other team were not very happy with us.
Why?
I just think they thought they were going to win. They bought their A team. They had a lot of well-known rugby players, Super W players and that, and I think they just thought they were going to
Get over the top.
do a number on us, and when they weren't, they were getting very lippy. Not really funny lippy and stuff, cranky lippy.
Cranky lippy.
Yeah,
Ugh.
one of the girls just cleaned out a ruck. Cleanly, just cleared out the player that was sealing off, and then that also, in doing that, cleaned out the halfback. She just got up and she goes, "You can't fucking do that, you fucking bitch."
What is it with your opposition teams telling you that you shouldn't play rugby, you can't be doing this, when you are clearly not breaking any rules?
Yeah, I know. I'm okay. And then, actually, I'll have to find the video. Maybe we'll put it up even. But this girl, came through and just, swing armed me around the neck in a ruck that we're in. And I was literally just being a little bit joking lippy, and I was like, "Oi, the swinging arm."
Yeah.
And she got out and she just went, "Shut up," and shoved me. And I went flying back. My mum was watching on the live stream and she's like, "Oh my God, what did you do to her?"
What did you say, you chirpy little bitch?
I was like, "Nothing that bad, eh?" Anyway, they were very lippy, and
It's that fucking white headgear. It's a target.
They hate it. But you know what? It's fine.
It's good luck, obviously.
Well, yes. I mean, I did wear it for the uni game that we lost, but that's fine.
Didn't
It's
count.
fine.
Didn't count.
It was a great game. It was good to get the win against them. And then, Ladies' Day went in, ripped and teared. And it was a great day. Had plenty of food there, bevies there.
It looked fantastic from socials.
Yeah, it was good. They had little hairstyles, which was thank God, because I came out, pulled the white headgear off.
Oh,
God, it was a mess under there. So a quick wash in the shower, came up, didn't have to do anything else. They just did my whole hair for me.
That's fantastic that you could just stay at the fields,
Yeah.
pretty much get dolled up, and then it's
there was also a makeup artist there, but I sort of didn't bother with that because the hair took so long that I was like, I just kind of want to get into my ripping and tearing, and it's kind of cutting in.
Something's going to have to give.
The hairdresser was taking a long time.
Was there just one lady?
Two, but we were there for quite a while. Belle and I were in the seats next to each other, and hers took longer than mine, to be fair. But
She has a bit more
she's got a lot
to
of
work
hair.
with.
Yeah, she's got a lot of hair. But anyways, it was great. And the only other thing that happened was we got there, and I'm kind of all just remembering this, but I was like, oh, can't wait to have a bloody beer after this game. And I go to the Ladies' Day bar, and I'm like, hey, just a beer. What beers do you have? And they're like, just News. And I was like, what? Look, I don't want to stereotype anyone, but I don't know heaps of ladies that Tui's New is their favourite.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was like, for a Ladies' Day event, and if you're stereotyping specifically for Chardonnay and champagne for the girls,
No.
it's a massive audience that you're missing there.
Yeah, I mean, look, there was plenty. Yeah, there was plenty of Chardonnays and champers and whatever all the bubbly things are going around. But I was like, I just really would like a beer They're like, oh, all we have is new. And I was like, I really can't drink new all
So
day.
what'd you do?
So I was like, can we get some other beers? And then Nicola Roach, a legend, was like, yep, I'll sort it out for you. Then she like goes away, comes back, and they're like, oh, we've got some beers for you. And I come over and they've just gotten a heap of 150 lashes. And I'm like,
Oh, for fuck's
I was like,
sake.
no. I hate to be picky, but I don't want crafty beers. I was like, do you just have
No
like
bubbles, no craft.
super dry, bloody something, an Iron Jack, a Northern, whatever. They're like, we've got super dries, but they're only the 3.5s. I was like, look,
That
that
will
is
fucking
perfect.
do.
That's
Oh my
perfect. I'm going to be drinking all day. Bring some 3.5s in here. Anyway, it was all crisis averted. We got the 3.5s in and I had a great day.
I'm just like, wow, 2 hairdressers when obviously we needed more, and only new and craft beer for the girls who have just bloody come off the field victorious. They just want to have a mid-strength beer because they're going to be drinking into the wee hours.
Yeah, and then I also like we did the boat race, and because I've been like flapping about trying to get these beers sorted, I haven't had a single drop of liquid since the game finished, and I'm like literally feeling a little bit parched, and we're about to start the boat race, and I'm like, oh God, I feel like I just need a big sip of water or something first. Anyway, we do the boat race with some news. Was not my best effort. It was okay, but like definitely.
I feel like sculling I remember I had a birthday party once, and it was a surprise birthday party, and when I rocked up, everyone's like, surprise, and made me scull a beer. Like someone got me a beer to scull, and it was a Schooner and you. And I was like, like as I'm like getting into it, I'm like realizing what it is. And I can't drink Tui's New anymore after a wedding in like 2015 and whatever. And I'm drinking and I'm like, just do it. Got through it. Everyone was cheering and I'm shaking hands and whatnot. And I'm like, that tasted like a glass of like water with coins in it. Dirty coins.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also like when you're in a boat race, or even in that situation when you're under pressure, you're like, I'm not going to let the people down. Like you're getting through that, and the dirty coin taste is hitting you, and you're just like, I literally can't stop, or I'm going to let the whole team down. So you just have to keep going. And so I did, and it was fine. We did lose marginally in the boat race. I did see that. But
can't win everything.
you can't win everything. And we won what mattered. And then we went on to have a great day.
And I bet you won the evening too.
We did win the evening, mate. We were ripping and tearing on the dance floor. I was having a boogie for so long.
I saw the old worm come out.
Yeah, that was a questionable decision. Not really sure what made me think that would be a good idea. I think someone else might have done it first, and I was like, I'll do it too.
I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. But, you know, it was a bit tasteful.
One in, all in, I say.
Yeah. Look,
I can do it, why not?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I can't just have this sitting in my back pocket.
You're like, itching, and you're like, I can do that. Let me at it.
But yeah, great night, ripped and teared, danced and boogied and yarned and all the rest of it.
Sicky the next day?
Yeah, look, I'm normally always a bit sick when I'm hungover, to be honest. Like I get a bit, you know, I'm known for a spew nearly every time after I drink. And Sunday was no different. However, it was kind of like a delayed onset sickness where I felt like I was pretty good in the morning. I was like, actually, I think I'm going all right. Like, I don't feel that bad. Get up, heat up my rest of my pitta from the night before, like hoe into that. I'm like, yeah, feeling good, blah, blah, blah. I have a few like chippies, I think, for lunch. And then like after lunch, threw up all the chippies. And
as it all settles in the stomach then kind of looks up at you and goes, whoa, what the fuck were you? No. And you poisoned me last night. It
might be a bit graphic, but like normally when your post drink up spew is quite easy to bring up because it's just liquid, just all liquid. But after you've had a big pitta and chips, not as easy work.
When I was your age, I was a spewer. Hungover, always. Like, I don't know. I was also a very big wine drinker when I was younger, which probably was the reason. And I was a binge drinker, binge wine drinker. But anyway, I would wake up feeling like incredibly like sicky, spewy, and I would refuse to eat until I had been sick. Yeah. And it was like my stomach lining or water or whatever, because I don't know what it is, even to this day, I cannot vomit food up.
It's a rough sight and it's a rough feeling. Like,
I hate it so much.
Vomiting liquids is not, it doesn't bother me. It's not really like, take it or leave it. To be honest, most of the time it makes you feel a bit better, so
Yeah,
you're like,
100%.
whatever. Food's not great.
Bringing it, oh God, it makes me fucking feel sick thinking about it.
But anyway, look, Pernell looked after me, nursed me back to health, made me different things of food and whatever the whole day.
And that stayed down?
And did some washing and things for me. So
God,
while I
he's an
was
angel.
yeah, shout out to Pernell. But I have an announcement and I'm going to be off the piss for a few weeks. Nothing formal, I guess, so it's probably not announcement worthy, but I think it was kind of always the plan. I knew I had a big one on Ladies' Day coming up, and I was like, I've had a few big ones the last few weeks. I just think a little bit of time off the piss, save a bit of money, bloody stop feeling sick. Because when you play footy Saturday and then you drink and then you waste Sunday because you're hungover, you don't really like get any weekend.
No, you don't.
I mean, you do, but you don't.
But look, it depends how you tackle the Sunday, and
Yeah.
I feel like the last couple of weekends have been red hot.
Yeah.
But it's not so much of as an announcement, but more let's just hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
We spoke, I want to say earlier in the week, but it is only Tuesday. We were like, let's start like climbing mountains on weekends.
Yeah.
And going for walks and shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
real, bring it back to basic bitch stuff.
Yeah. Basic bitch stuff. We're gonna do some feel good things.
Feel good.
Yeah. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Self-discovery.
I don't know if that's what I was thinking of, but maybe we could do a bit of that.
I think I'm going to self-discover.
Yeah, do a bit of self. I mean, there's no reason not to. I can't see why we're not allowed to do.
If self-discovery wasn't the word you were looking for, I have absolutely no idea what the word you.
I mean, you definitely do a bit of self-discovery on the piss as well, but not the right kind.
I have discovered about myself on the piss that I'm a little turd. I'm a turd, so I'm also going to be accountable with Peter.
Yeah, we're having some wholesome moments. That's what we're doing.
Wholesome, that's it. Wholesome friend moments. We're going to climb mountains, get brekkie, get coffees, fucking take Instagram pics.
All the rest of it.
We're going to be hot. Fitty Chix 2022.
But anyway, that's pretty much all I've been doing. This morning I went and did an interview with NBN, so watch out for that on the news.
When's that? Tonight?
Tonight, apparently.
Remind me.
Well, I'm sure I won't, but yeah. But yeah, other than that, just pretty much nothing. What have you been up to?
Look, I am in a week of self-discovery. I had a dream actually, no, sorry. I'll bring it back a little bit. So I think I saw you before my first night shift last week. I had about an hour, if that, sleep. Went to work. I'm not going to lie. Work has been a shit show for the whole week. So when I did finish the next morning, I actually woke up feeling like crap. So I chucked a sickie because I'm like, fuck that. I honestly thought I was getting that super cold again.
Yeah.
I had the worst body aches and whatnot. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to like chill the fuck out. I think I was in bed by like 7:30. I don't even think I watched the second half of the second Friday night game. Anyway, kind of I felt a little bit better on the Saturday. Went for a little walk, and it's just been like gloomy as fuck weather. And I feel like
gloomiest.
The pathetic fallacy of the gloomy weather reflecting onto how I felt was gloomy, but whatever. I had a dream the other night. I had braces, and I've got like a wire up the top of behind my teeth. Anyway, in my dream the other night, for some reason I got my like bottom teeth caught on it and ripped like a whole heap of my teeth out. And I was like, what the fuck? And like, I don't know why I wouldn't like spit these teeth out in my dream, but I could just feel these teeth anyway, I'm like, teeth dreams mean something. Anyway, I looked it up and it's like a great loss or something in your life. Anyway, without alluding to it too much, I am going through a great loss in my life. So I'm on this self-discovery journey of being better, drv.com.au.
Yes.
So what do you do when you're lacking something in your life? You buy a dog.
Yes.
So I bought a puppy.
It's an age-old saying.
It's an age-old saying. When you're feeling like shit because you're a fuckwit, go out and buy yourself a puppy. So I bought myself a little Pomeranian puppy on Saturday named Max, and he's cute as fuck, and he's fluffy, and he is the love of my life now. So the only man in my life, except for my father and my brother. But yeah, so I am a single mum now with a 12-week-old puppy ready to rip and tear, and Hopefully Frankie likes him when
Yeah.
he's big enough and they can be girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yeah, maybe.
And then
Be
we
nice.
can sort of like,
Well, they can join in on the wholesome self-discovery weekends.
oh, they would love that. Imagine them climbing mountains
Yeah.
with us, little mountain dogs. But anyway, yeah, I bought a dog. My housemate wasn't overly thrilled with it to start off with. But anyway, that's all been ironed out, panned out. Everything's good. The only other thing that of interest that happened to me over my week was like I went to the dentist yesterday just for a checkup.
Was this because of the dream or?
No. I had this penciled in, which is kind of funny. I didn't even think of that. That dream was awful. Like just having this mouthful of teeth that I can't like.
I haven't had that one, but I've had like one. It just made me think of it when your bottom teeth got stuck. Like I have this dream quite regularly where I get like lockjaw, but like proper, like my mouth
Like
is
open or closed?
closed,
Ugh.
like locked closed, and I can't open it. It's like really painful to try and open it, and like I just can't.
Is this after big weekends maybe?
No, I just don't. I don't know.
Look it up. I looked it up straight away and I was like, fuck you, Google. That was a slap in the face. But anyway, I went to the dentist and got my clean and checkup and whatnot. Teeth are fantastic. Teeth are doing their damn best. He was very happy with them.
That's good.
But anyway, he's like, we'll go and do some x-rays or whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I go into this little x-ray room and you got to like stick your chin on this thing, bite down on this little other thing, plastic thing. And then what happens is like this big claw touches your head. Like it goes down on the side, down on the front. And then when he does the camera, it like starts spinning like this. And for a second there, I thought I was Cameron Diaz and I thought I was about to unlock a special room in the dental. I was like, am I in Charlie's Angels? I was waiting for him to take an image of my mouth or my eye or something and I was about to go and save the world.
That would have been a fun little turn of events.
Well, it didn't happen, so I'm disappointed.
That would have been a great little journey of self-discovery.
Fucking oath. But anyway, I am on self-discovery and it sounds so lame and it's not lame. I'm trying to encourage myself to be better. I'm off the piss because I'm a turd and I didn't drink over the weekend. Also, I'm a single mum, so I need to be sharp and ready to go when Max is going to piss on the carpet and I need to...
Yeah. You got to have your wits about you.
I've got to be like, no.
Yeah.
But I started journaling.
Ooh, yep.
So this is no disrespect to
This
anyone.
is not something that this is actually not something that's new to you though. You have done a bit of journaling before, have you not?
Have I?
Didn't you find your old journal?
No. I did a COVID journal, but that only went for 3 days. And
Still journaling.
I got sick of it. But I'm trying to make this a habit where just, even if I can't think of anything, just be like grateful for something. Because I've been such a dippy downer of late and I'm trying to be better, uplift. Now, this is not a mindfulness podcast by any means, but we like to spill the beans. And as my beans are being spilled, I had baked beans on toast for brekkie actually.
One of the things you were grateful for today?
Coming together. No, I'm grateful that I could come and see my best mate and we get to
I'm grateful for
talk
that too.
about mindfulness together. But other than that, watch some footy, watch some Game of Thrones, cleaned up dog shit, and I'm back at work tomorrow, so it's all...
You're kind of coming off your run almost of weekends off too, aren't you?
Yes, so I will finish Sunday morning, which is good. It doesn't tempt me as much to want to be naughty on weekends.
Yeah, but also I'm not going to have anyone to be wholesome with on these coming weekends
Look,
now.
what do I work? Friday night, Saturday night. Yeah, you're not.
It's all right.
Not this block anyway. Next block, I'm all yours on Saturday morning.
Radio, perfect.
We'll pencil something in. But anyway, was that everything
I think so.
for the weeks? The glare. The glare.
Better bring up some notable mentions.
Glare. Notable mentions. We'll go through some hot topics of the week that was.
Yes.
Petey, what do you want to kick us off with?
Mine are actually all football related, which is kind of a nice change because recently mine have been nothing to do with football.
I love that.
I only have two though. My first one, which I'll start with and then we'll throw to you, is the fact that the hottest of hot boys, in my opinion, in the whole NRL, is leaving the NRL at the end of this year. Chanel Harris-Tavita is retiring. Maybe not for good, we don't know, but he's retiring from rugby league in general.
Coco Chanel Harris Tavita, of all reports, wants to travel the world and take up his old passion of
Writing.
journaling or writing. So he's on a mindfulness trip.
He's on self-discovery mode too.
Self-discovery mode 101. I'm happy for him.
I wonder what star sign he is. Maybe it's like that sort of... Maybe it's like if you're the same as him, maybe it's like...
Poor him if he is the same stuff.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's like what your star sign is doing at the moment.
Do you know star signs like off the top of your head? 3rd of April 99.
It would...
Aries maybe? That's what my brother is.
It'd be potentially Libra.
No, Libra's like October.
Oh yeah, no, Aries is... No, it would... My mum is April and she's
Aries.
Aries. No, not the same then.
Will think themselves as a social rebel. They always manage in some ways to draw upon the resources of the status quo in order to fund or support their scholastic aims.
Look, Congratulations, shout out to ya. Hope your writing career goes off.
Same, I'll read whatever you've got to put out.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it's probably been a hard couple of years at the Warriors. It's sad to see him go because I actually think he's a gun player.
He's so good.
But it's probably been a hard couple of years just like losing all the time and living
Being
away from home, yada, yada, yada. So if he wants to go and live, laugh, love overseas, then I think that's a good idea.
I'm all for the Live, Laugh, Love. That's a fantastic movie with Julia Roberts as well.
Isn't that
Eat, Pray, Love? If he wants to live, laugh, love, eat, pray, love, whatever, go right ahead. Because I liked I don't know where I read it, but I saw somewhere how he said he's obviously like, doesn't know whether he'll come back or go over to the Super League or whatever. He just wants to take time to self-discover, whatever. But he's like, I'm sure there's plenty of other up-and-coming like halfbacks or 5/8, whatever he plays, that would work their ass off to like
and
have
I'm
his
not
job.
enjoying it as
yeah,
much as
and
I
he's not
should.
enjoying it. So why not just step aside and...
I will argue that I highly doubt any of the up-and-coming halves coming through are as big a honeys as him.
Look, we will wait and see, we will be the judge of that.
Yeah, we will be the judge.
You'll hear it here first. So when is he finishing? At the end of this season?
At the end of this season, he's going to leave.
That's all right. We've got a few more rounds to...
It also is interesting because Warriors at the beginning of the season had this abundance of halves, and now it's dwindling. Like they had SJ, Nicarima, Ash Taylor, Chanel Harris-Tavita, and then Walsh, I guess, can technically play.
Yeah.
But now Nicarima, Ash Taylor, and Chanel Harris-Tavita are all going to be gone.
And then Matt Lodge
Lodge
left.
is also gone.
And then what's the other big fella's name that used to play for Manly?
Adam Van-Blake.
Yeah, he might have a Cindus Frank injury, so...
Cindus Frank. Isn't it Cindus Moses or Liz Frank?
Liz Frank. Look,
He's got both.
He might have both. Is it
they
both
just
foot,
abbreviate to Cindus Frank?
Are they both foot injuries?
I think Cindus Moses is like ankle and then up the back, and then Liz Frank's foot maybe. Look, I'm not a doctor.
Look, I think it's Liz Frank. I'm obviously not a doctor either, or physio or anything.
I think they should start using that lingo for when people get both, though.
Any doctors out there, if you can start that, and then we'll trademark it and make money off it. But anyway, Coco Chanel, we hope he rips and tears for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and good luck with your writing. Hope you write some bangers and we can read along.
We hope you find peace and just discover.
Discover.
Eat, pray, love.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love.
Do both. What have you got?
Look, mine's not rugby league related. It was just that we have a new government.
Oh, we love that.
We love that. Catch you at ScoMo. See you, bruh.
Catch you to the whole Liberals party. Get out of here.
It was fantastic that Labor did get in, and it's also great to see how many seats... No, look, I didn't follow the whole politics thing very closely, but it's nice to see... Actually, I was watching it at about 10 o'clock on Saturday night, which was really Margie of me, but just the amount of seats that Labor did actually end up winning, which was awesome. But more or less, the one thing that I was happy about, it was the end of all those fucking shit campaign ads.
Yes.
And obviously all those beady eyes.
Beady eyes staring at me on the bloody highway and
looking at
around the
us.
town.
But if I heard that Labor bucket thing one more time, I would have turned and hit someone.
I'll be honest, I actually have only heard that ad through other people's talking about it. I've never watched it.
Oh,
I don't really watch like TV, so I don't really know.
yeah. Especially,
Look, I don't want to hear it though, because it still somehow got stuck in my head one day, and I was like, I haven't even watched this freaking ad.
it was horrible. It was like,
Don't.
I
don't
can't
know.
even remember. I've tried to erase it from my memory, but I just know at like midnight when you're on night shift and like that plays every second ad, it's like, I'm going to kill someone.
Yeah. And apparently they did spend so much more money on their like campaigning and stuff, and it's just like, whatever.
Yeah, some of the ads were a little bit etch as well, but so that's all done for whenever the next federal election is.
It was also the most seats the Greens have ever had in, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
And I think one of the most seats independent
Parties as well.
Yeah, have had in, which is very cool. Very, very cool.
It's good to see. It's just nice. I think Kevin Rudd, was it Kevin or Julia the last Labor Prime Minister?
I don't know who was most recent. I'd say Julia was most recent.
I think it went Kevin, Julia, Kevin, Tony.
Oh, true. They did a little switcheroos.
Yeah, they kind of like swapped.
It was so funny though. Like I saw a few people on different things being like really cranky about it. I was like, oh, I wouldn't have thought I had that many people on social media that were Liberal supporters. I only saw like one or two. But like,
Still.
they were like, we're all fucked now. And I'm like, it was also all like old white men with decent jobs. And I'm like, yeah, because you're probably the only people that benefit from a Liberal government.
If like one of ScoMo's policies where like for first home buyers where it's like just take it out of your super for your house deposit for your first home buyers, like the amount of people that took money out of their super in the first COVID lockdown pandemic, I think like a financial advisor person told me, if you just took $10,000 out of your super, just withdrew it, it can affect your overall super by like $200,000 by the time you're like 65.
Wild.
So no, I won't be using my super to purchase my first home.
Yeah.
And
I also don't know the logistics of it, but I'm pretty sure Labor have like a genuine plan for making houses like cheaper, or like not cheaper, but helping people get into the market.
yeah, more schemes and stuff to help first home buyers and whatnot. But anyway, we're happy about it.
Don't want to get bogged down, but look, we're very happy.
The moral of the story is we won't see that there's a hole in your bucket ad again, hopefully.
Well, that means I maybe never ever will.
Lucky you, because it will torch a hole in your brain. All right, what have you got?
My other one was that Tommy Trbojevic is out.
Indefinitely, for the season. I had this
Definitely
too.
the season. Wild.
Shoulder dislocation that... So they tried to compare it to Nathan Cleary's last year where he rehabbed it and whatnot, but they were like... I think two specialists were like, nah, bruh, this needs to be like properly.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that it's not the same spot that he was already carrying an injury, but I felt like they were just pushing him to keep playing recently. And I'm sure he would have been in there being like, I want to play. But I feel like when you got like a really good player like him, don't push him.
No.
Don't push him to get in and play and like push it too hard.
But like, look at Pappy last year when he had all those head knocks and stuff. Like they nursed him and cared for him, and
Yes.
he went on a self-discovery mission to figure out like, actually I don't know whether he did, but I'm sure he did. And like he came back into full health, ripped and teared.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I agree. I think they might have pushed him, and if he'd rested his original injury, he might not have.
Yeah, you never know how it works. It might be displacement and whatever. Anyway, it is sad to see him out for the season. I think that sort of means that's the end of the season for Manly.
Put Manly in the bin.
Yeah, put him in the bin.
Nah.
I pretty much had him in the bin anyway, to be honest.
I think I said last week I can't stand Manly. Look, I like Manly players. There's some Manly players that I like, and I'm sure Manly is a beautiful part of the world, but will you see us there in like recent times to come, if that makes sense? No. We don't have any trips planned to Manly?
Do we?
No, fuck no, we don't.
I was like, wait, are you saying we do?
Oh, we can go if you want, but no,
Nah,
we're not
I'm not
going
interested.
to. Not now, anyway.
Nah.
So, Tommy, I hope your surgery goes well from myself and Peter, and all the best with your recovery, and maybe journal might help.
You look, Chanel's doing it, Krebs doing it. Tommy, maybe you need to start doing some journaling too.
Me and Chanel could be starting something. I know journaling's been around for a long time, but...
Yeah, but sometimes you got to have people to make it trendy.
If I could fucking make journaling trendy, then I'm here for it. Oh, all right, all the best, bruh. My last one, again, not rugby league, I had the turbo one as well. It just made me think of it the other night when I was at work. But you know when you're driving somewhere, especially Google Maps, we talked a lot about Google Maps last week, and you're trying to find something and you turn the volume all the way down to concentrate.
Yeah.
Now, you're a speech pathologist, so you're obviously in touch with all the senses, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
I think it's just because, like, you have to... it's like a sensory overload, I think. I think when you're, like... Say you're probably using your eyes and ears and that. You're trying to just, like, figure out what's going on, so you're trying to concentrate. You don't want all your other senses just, like, bothered by other things.
I was thinking that. I was like, if one thing's trying to... one sense is trying to concentrate on purely sight, if the sound is going bananas...
Yeah.
Well, this is where it gets confusing. And again, you might have to dive in. Okay. So the other night I was in the crane doing my job, changing, which does involve a lot of like concentration. But I had my music up so loud that I couldn't hear people calling me on the radio. And I was just like in such a get it done mode, and like I was just on a roll. But normally I can't have it this loud, but I had it so incredibly loud. I was like, if I was trying to drive somewhere or whatever, I would not be able to concentrate one little bit. But am I just the asterisk against the name for this?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe because it's that a job you do all the time. You're like
it is. I don't want to say this too loud, but sometimes I think monkeys could do my job.
I'm thinking because it's just something. It's not stressful because you've got to concentrate, but you don't have. It's not. You're not learning anything new. You're not trying to figure something new out. So
if I was to get in like a stressful situation and get frustrated, which I do quite easily, I might have had to turn it down. But I think I was just on such a fucking hot streak. I'm like, fuck, I'm a queen up here.
Yeah, like think about if you're just driving to work where you drive all the time, you could have your music super loud. But if you were driving to Sydney and had your Google Maps on, you're trying to figure out what's going on, you wouldn't have it that loud.
There you go, guys. You've heard it here first. Speech lessons with Pete, Captain Magic. Was that it for...
I think that's it from me.
All of the stuff of the week. Sorry, guys, there is a glare that comes in. If you're watching on YouTube...
You can hardly see me. in the
Peter looks like an angel.
God, an ugly one.
You look fantastic. All right, let's talk about round 11. Now, again, this is being recorded on a Tuesday, so like the last game was literally played like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
My memory isn't the best, but we can zip through some of these. And
I have a few memories we can sort of put in, but otherwise it'll be a bit patchy.
The patchy podcast. All right, Knights lost to the Broncos 36-12 on Thursday night. Now, I had to listen to this on the radio because I was killing it at work. But... I think it was 6-6 at halftime from my memory, and I think there was like a really dodgy call that went against the Knights. There was some type of like obstruction that wasn't called.
Yeah, they were a bit unlucky, and then because Gagai nearly scored one, but they pulled it back. Look, they had some unlucky calls, but in the end, Broncos just started pounding them.
In that second half, Broncos just came out and was like... took the Knights' sword from their armour and just went, stabbed them in the guts.
Like, those calls definitely didn't
it wouldn't have
lose them the game.
It might have been a smaller margin, definitely, but Broncos were definitely the better team on Thursday.
Also, Bradman Best dislocating his elbow.
That was
fully
foul.
Out. Oh.
Did you see?
Yeah. It was pretty hard to look at.
That was foul.
But also, on Bradman Best, I don't want to, like, kick a man while he's down, but what do we think about him lately?
not up to form. I feel like and look, I don't want to kick him while he's down either as I just get on my high horse. I feel like when he came onto the scene, and I don't know whether Knights were going good or whatever, but he was just like this big, hot, strong, like barnstormer on the centres. And
he was barnstorming nearly every game.
But when you think about it, like to get your ball out to your centres and wings, like your forwards need to get you in a good position, and then your halves need to be able to get good. I don't know whether it's the halves that aren't getting it to clean ball to them, or...
Well, in this game, Bradman had the ball, and with a boy of his size, he literally just had to dive down to the line, and there's just no way that the people kind of coming across... There's just no way they would have been able to defend him if he just kind of got down low and go. But he tried to sort of whip a little sneaky spin around, like a kind of...
And they held him up.
He held up high and tried to spin around and put it down the other side of him, and they held him up. And I was just like, you would have scored a try for your team just then. You're thick, you're big, like, use your size.
Big, thick and hot, like, just bowl over them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he just had to... He was so close to the line. All he had to do was just down and dive, and he just didn't. And I was like, God, you know what?
You're doomed from here.
That was bad. And then he did his elbow, and I was like, I can't help but feel like they're related.
Look, from someone who has had a dislocated elbow in their lifetime, all I'll say is my deepest sympathies for you, because that is a fucked injury.
Yeah.
And
What's the recovery time on that?
Oh, like I was in one of those big like metal brace things for like 6 weeks, and then I had to have like not intensive, that sounds a bit ridiculous, but pretty like full on physio, because I couldn't actually like get my palm to face down. I'd get it to like there and it would like start shaking, and I'm like, ugh. But anyway, I'm all good. I'm fantastic now, so I'm sure he'll bounce back. And hopefully when he comes back, he needs to realise...
Maybe he needs to go do a bit of self-discovery while he's away.
Journal while you're off.
We can't stress this enough. Do a bit of journaling while you're off.
Live, love, love.
Rewatch that little spinny bit.
And just go, what can I do to be better?
Yeah. I think it's a great time for him to work on himself. The only other thing that I saw in that, which was hilarious, was Cobbo palming the shit out of Ponga. Like he went,
I didn't see that.
He was just like running through Ponga's he breaks the line, Ponga's running up to him, and he just like palms him, and Ponga literally goes flying off him.
I'll have to try and find that. That sounds funny.
It was hilarious.
Cobbo is an absolute rip snorter. He is hot.
Yeah, and he was ripping and snorting.
He's ripping and snorting all fucking Thursday night. Keen to see how he goes for the rest of the season. Hopefully he stays injury free. All right, Friday night, Tigers defeated the Dogs 36-22.
I don't really have anything remarkable about this game. The only things I can really think of is watching the videos of all those people doing slides down the mud hill.
Oh, yuck. I saw that too. I can't even I watched this game, but I can't even really remember it.
It must have been unremarkable.
Nothing obviously is like standing out to me.
I think that the Dogs...
Well, we said it here last week. There's only like a 17% chance that...
Well, apparently after too... Dufty and Naden had a bit of a biff. I did watch the little video. They have a little bit of a push and shove.
I didn't think it looked that serious, but I thought there might have just been like a bit of friendly push and shove.
Yeah, I don't know. We've talked about Dufty before. He seems like
a lot.
A bit hectic. We've had this conversation about him in previous podcasts, I think, because... Did we? Yeah.
I don't know, but I just know
we
that...
have. We were talking about it because he was on the Matty John show, and Matty Johns was like, we can't use any of the content we make.
Well, I just know there's a podcast that Petey and I love, and it's called Grouse and a Few Reds, and one of the hosts, Jordan, he used to live with Corey Norman, and because Corey played at the Dragons, he spent a bit of time with Dufty, and he said he is his favourite person on the piss.
Yeah.
He said he's a loose unit.
Yeah.
So that's all
mixed
we'll say.
Reports. It's sort of mixed reports. Like, I feel like some people... I don't know. I think he's probably hilarious, but just like a bit...
Full on?
A bit full on.
Look, we don't mind full on people, but just in dribs and drabs. Yeah, and it depends on what Richter scale, they lean into.
Yeah.
I can't get my words out.
Look, also, congrats to Jock Madden. Good game, filling in for Luke Brooks.
Yeah, where is Luke Brooks?
Who cares?
Who cares? Anyway, mudslides, and that's all we've got to say about that. Eels defeated Manly 22-20. This is the game I'm pretty sure I went to bed halfway through.
Yeah, I think I did too. I can't even remember what I was doing.
I think Manly were up.
What time did this start?
7:30 or 8.
I was probably asleep.
We got Tom up a check. That's what we... Oh, Garrett got a double. I'm pretty sure someone got... Oh, they had 2 people sent off. Oh, sorry, I did see Moses's sin bin or sent off or whatever it was, because he kind of pushed Turbo in the back.
Yeah.
When someone was making a break and they would have passed it to Turbo, and he kind of pushed him, and then... Oh, no, and then Turbo got the ball and he grabbed him and Turbo went to do a quick play the ball. Who cares?
It was a bit of a Met game. To be honest, I was just glad that the Eels won because I tipped them, and that's honestly as much care as I had about that game.
And Manly are in the bin now because Turbo broke his shoulder. All right, Saturday we had the Dragons defeating the Warriors 24-18.
Saturday's a bit of a write-off for me in terms of watching because...
Yeah, I watched this and look, it was so good because it was neck and neck all game. Ask me to go into context of the game, I can't remember, but I just remember it being neck and neck. And
you like to see games like that.
It was good. And my uncle was over at the time and he was going for Dragons and I was the only one going for the Warriors. And I'm like, yeah, we're in here, boys. Anyway, Dragons got over in the end. I think you took the Dragons, didn't you?
Yep.
So I was disappointed there. Now, Cowboys defeated the Storm 36-6.
What the heck?
What?
I also didn't watch this because I was...
ripping and tearing,
pissed.
worming around.
But what the heck?
Yeah, so Cowboys are hot. I think we've said this every week.
I saw some highlights and it looked like Talangi was ripping in again.
Talangi, so Gilbert, Reece Robson, Talangi, Nanai got 2, and our boy Drink.
Hectic.
And fucking Valentine Holmes is just so consistent. His switch back to centre, that has been fantastic.
So good.
Did Todd Payton coach the Cowboys last season, or was he at the Warriors?
I
can't remember either, but he would be sitting up in Townsville just being like, thank you so much.
Something's clicking up there, eh?
Something is clicking. The only problem is Kyle Felt and Jason Taumalolo have both got knee injuries from that game. That's not good moving forward. But that was awesome to see them take out the Storm. Storm again just look fucking clunky.
Which is not something anyone is used to seeing from the Storm.
I did hear... Do you listen to the Matty Johns podcast?
Yeah.
Did you hear that stat he kind of rattled off in the last family one? And it was look out for teams that have played 2 night games and then going into a day game because they will win. But if they've played they've played day games going into a night game, they're most likely going to lose. So
no, I think he said both ways. I think he said 2 day games into a night game
is a win.
Was a win, and 2 night games into a day game.
Oh,
I think he was saying 2 day games in a row, they're in good stead, they've had good practice, and then a night game, something like that. I don't know.
But I just know that Storm have had 2 night games in a row and they've lost.
Which means they're back up.
So they have to, surely they're back up, because I've taken the Storm the last 2 weeks and they have disappointed me. Unfortunately, the game of the round, Panthers defeated the Roosters 32-12. It was really consistent for maybe when was the first try scored? Bloody Jerome Luai got over the chalk first.
I watched little dribs and drabs of this.
Yeah, I was going to say the first 20 minutes, it was really good. Panthers would have all the possession, then the momentum would swing, and the Chooks had all the possession, and you're like, fuck, where is this going to go? But as soon as Luai went over, and his was such an easy try, whenever they go down that left edge of Panthers, they're just so dominant.
Yeah.
But the one takeaway from this was James Fisher-Harris's try. This is one I was talking to you about the other day. He went over the line, and as he's diving, Jared Hargraves has come over and went to tackle him, but he's done what Bradman Best should have done and just dove low, and he's collected him around the cheek. And I honestly thought James Fisher-Harris hit the goalpost, like he was carrying on so much, with the greatest respect. But then the replays show that he has been hit with the forearm. Anyway, whoever the referee was, I'm sure it's on here somewhere, he's like, put him on report, and Jared's just got his back up and he's like, you fucking try and find any way to put me on fucking report. And then he's like, fuck this, bruh, and then sent him off for 10. And I was like, ugh. But I feel like Jared gets put on report every single week.
He does. There's a little, between him and Radley.
And Radley's not there, so they've got to penalise someone.
They've got to give it to someone. Have you seen that TikTok that's about that?
Is it the dude in the pink?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
And he's like yelling out to Radley and Hargraves and they're not on the field.
Look, if it's not Radley or Jared, it's Latrell. And because Latrell's out as well, Jared's going to have to take the hit for everyone.
However, it said at Judiciary he only got an $1,800 fine. He's not suspended.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that.
Actually, I was looking at the Judiciary and no one got weeks There was about 8 different charges.
Oh, really?
That went to the Judiciary and everyone just got fines.
Fines, love that.
NRL might be a bit low on cash.
Maybe because they know that we have caught on to their fucking game fixing things.
They're
you definitely have.
Yeah. They're low on cash and low on players. They're like, shit, we can't lose any more players. It's going to start ruining the game. So they're just like, fuck it, let's load the pockets.
We've been paying these guys a fair bit of coin. Maybe it's time they...
Some of the fines were like $3,000, $4,000.
It's probably like pocket money for them.
Bit of pocket money, yeah.
Car money. You know the like coins that are in the console?
Yeah.
I wish I had $3,000 worth of coin in my car.
Fuck, me too. But anyways, yeah. Also, the only other thing was Terrell May debuted.
Yes, and he actually
Against
played really
his brother.
well. He played really well, but I will say, is it Taylon? Taylon had a rip snorter as well. Look, the Panthers played really good. I got really frustrated watching this because my old man's a Panthers supporter and he just kept saying I was a sore loser, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. But in the second half, it did feel like the ref was going a lot towards Panthers, and I'm just a one-eyed Roosters fan, and that's how I felt. But Penrith did play good. Cleary played well. Luai played his fucking dick off. Like, Dylan Edwards, he's a good footballer.
Good. It's interesting that the May family all have very similar names.
That's
Tyrone, Taylor, and Terrell.
Yeah, me and Dad were saying that. I don't know.
Penel and I were having a conversation about that, and I was like, I just don't think I'd want to have kids that are named all with the same first letter.
Imagine trying to yell at them all.
I think it's fine. That's what we're saying. I think it's fine if you're just having, say, like 2 kids, if they happen to have the same letter starting the name. But if you've got 3, 4, 5 kids and they all start with the same letter, it just becomes a bit of a gag.
And then, when do you stop? How many kids do you have to have before you break the cycle?
Or you run out of names you like.
That's exactly right.
Someone's like, I actually wanted to have 8 kids, but there's no other T names I like, so I've got to stop at 6.
Yeah. So, look. Reach out if you know, or if you can let us know why Mum and Dad.
Let's hope that he's the best May brother, though.
He already's my favourite.
Yeah, Terrell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's got more shades of Taylor than he does of Tyrone, if I'm honest.
Yeah, look, we haven't been the biggest fans of Tyrone. I'm sure he's ripping and tearing in the south of France or whatever, but...
Tyrone's a bit meh on and off the field.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's
done a few hairy things.
I wouldn't say hairy.
Also not the best football player, not compared to the likes of Taylon.
Taylon is a rip snorter. He is so good.
Yeah.
I actually really like watching him play. So I hope his brother just
is better.
Basically. All right, Sunday Arvo. I didn't watch this first game. Bunnies lost to the Raiders 32-12. Now, who the fuck would have picked this?
Me. I would have.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I just the Bunnies stink.
I wish I watched this game. I might have to watch a replay because it might change my tip for this week because I said I wasn't going to change tips this week, but I feel like up until about Wednesday I'm allowed to. I just feel...
Fucking oath, you're allowed to up until...
No, I know. It's my own personal ban. Which I'm glad I didn't because Mum was like, oh, there's so many people out for the Raiders. Don't you reckon? And I was like, oh... Anyway, I stayed with the Raiders, and I'm glad I bloody did.
Well, I feel like everyone in the team, bar Jordan Rapana, scored a try on Sunday, which was not helpful for our multi. However, I tell you what, I know, like, I don't personally know him, but Hudson Young's like a Maitland boy, and he is playing some good footy. Not that I watched a single second of this.
I didn't watch either.
I don't know what's going on at the Bunnies.
It was out at Dubbo.
It was at Dubbo, you're right.
Maybe they just like it there.
Lifted for the Dubbo people. Considering it was Bunnies' home game too, I don't know. But all I will say is Raiders have, won the last 2 now?
Yeah.
So they're going all right, and
Bunnies
I think they're coming like 9th or 10th.
Yeah.
And Bunnies just stink.
Bunnies are struggling.
They probably are well into... Oh, Bunnies are coming 8th. Yeah, Raiders are 9th, so there you go.
Oh, we dropped considerably after the
yeah,
weekend.
that's because everyone else first loses. Yeah. Last game... Oh, did you have anything else to say? Titans lost to the Sharks, 25-18. Now, our good friend... our good acquaintance.
Close friend.
Our good acquaintance, Tara Miller's older brother, ripped and teared on his debut.
He actually did. That's literally the only note I had. He went so well.
The commentators were basically sucking him off.
Yeah.
They had fantastic things to play about him. But in saying that, he is so fast.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Coming back out of like Cronulla's end, he was just like a steamroll. And then the try he scored, where he would have ran like, oh, this is Lockie Miller that we're talking about.
Yeah. I think we did say that. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Anyway.
But he just like pinned the ears back and was like, woof. I was like,
Yeah,
holy
he was very
doolies.
quick. And there was like quite a few times too, it was like a loose ball or whatever, like bounced out the back, and he was just like first to it so easily.
He was positioned so well, and like
and even if he wasn't, he was just quick enough to get there.
Yeah, exactly. Took the high balls really well at fullback. So who normally plays fullback? Kennedy.
Yeah, he's out injured.
So is he injured or on suspension?
Oh, don't ask
Who
me
cares?
that. Either way, he can't play.
But
he went great. And yeah, that's the thing. He's fit and he's quick from playing 7. So he was always going to be like half right. But I thought he did a good job. He kind of slotted in and did a bit of ball stuff as well.
yeah, like when he got that try, like that runaway, I was like, you can tell you're a sevens player.
Yeah. Yep.
You are a very fast man.
Probably wasn't even puffing after it.
So it concerns me. Actually, no, it doesn't concern me because Lockie Miller will be coming up against the States captain this week, which we'll get to very shortly. Yes. So enjoy the glory, brah, because we're about to take it away from you. All right, this brings us to our Chix Leaderboard. Again, we have had movement all over the park. Liz, the snitch, is in first place, and then equal second and third, Annabelle, and Peter Salter. We welcome you back to the podium, my good friend. Just a little bit of looking I was doing, because I've obviously been knocked off the podium. You and Liz had pretty good tipping weeks. Both got 6 from 8.
If I had have, like, to be honest, I don't want to be like this, but, like, I did know it was going to be a pretty tough game for the Chooks to win.
Oh, 100%.
But there was just no way I could tip against them.
Oh, 100%. Who was the other one? The Storm.
Look, no one was going to get that.
Well, if you did, you obviously don't listen to this show, for starters.
Look, or watch footy.
Look, Roosters could be coming 16th and versing the first on the ladder. I'd still go the Chooks because, I don't know, I just can't tip. I tip with my head in my heart with them. But anyway, what I was saying, I've actually got the second lowest margin now in the group.
That is a big change.
Considering I had the margiest of margins to start off with because I am ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now I've got the second lowest. I was like, well, there you go. Thank God there's only 7 people in here to decipher against.
I know.
But anyway, congratulations to the podium holders. Yeah.
Come on.
Star and Marge, thanks to Rihanna. Peter, what is your star?
My star, I'm going to give it to Ladies' Day. It was actually just a great day. Very enjoyable. Got pissy, boogied, chatted, yada, yada, yada. Embarrassed myself. The huge. Pretty much it. What's your star?
You wouldn't have embarrassed yourself.
Oh, I definitely always do, but that's all right. Only just little small bits.
You're a good little turd on the piss.
Yeah. I just like, I think I just bag people too much. I have a joke with people that I'm like, oh, these are Penel's friends. I'm ripping into them.
They won't get my humour. Damn it. And then like you can rip Brooke Walklade off and she won't bat an eyelid.
Yeah, exactly. And she actually did show up. So it's kind of,
I was meant to say, did Brooke turn up?
Yeah, she did. It was good to see her. It's a little bit hard, like going between friend groups. So like, hanging out with you guys and you can just really rip each other, and then like meeting other people. And once I'm pissy, I think everyone's my best mate, so I can rip into all of them.
Speaking of ripping Brooke Walklade off, Hello Sport put up a quote from one of their podcasts that they just did, and it was like, I don't know if you've seen it, but how unattractive it is, or like the opposite of sexy, when a grown man orders a hot chocolate. And I tagged Brooke in it because Brooke Walklade is a serial offender of ordering a hot chocolate because she won't drink coffee.
She always gets either a hot chockey or a milkshake.
Yeah, it's just the unsexiest thing. I don't know if it applies for women, but
look, it is a little bit.
But
I actually respect. Whenever I'm with her, I always say go the milkshake, because milkshakes are at least delicious, and I think it's better off just owning it and being like, have a milkshake.
I would only have a hot chocolate if I'm like literally making one at home in like the Arvo or something,
or like before bed or something, or like or like watching a movie or something.
Yeah, I would never order. I would never pay for a hot chocolate.
No.
Anyway, star. Well, like I have lots of again self-discovery on this new journey of finding myself. I don't want to say that my star is a star as such, but just more things that I'm grateful for this week. And I'm grateful for so many things now that I'm on this path. But probably the biggest thing that stands out is my new puppy, Max, because I've wanted one for so long, and he's gorgeous and he brings so much joy.
Yeah. Did you tell everyone what type of dog it is?
It's a Pomeranian.
I don't know. You may have said it already, but
I'll tell you again. I'll tell you a third time. He's a Pomeranian. He's black and white.
He's
and
very cute.
Fucking cute as. And hopefully, if we can be bothered, I might even put him up on the story or something.
I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to meet him too. I can't wait for Frankie and him to get married. We'll film that. Marges, what have we got?
I'm looking over at yours and I'm looking at mine and I'm looking over at yours, and we've got the same again.
We are I feel like Marges should just be joint Marges from now on.
The weather.
Fucking oath. This weather has been dog shit.
It got nice for 2 days, and just to tease us about what we could have, and it's just shit again. It's literally so dreary, pissing down rain.
Well, I was in the shower before I came here, and it was raining so heavily I could hear it over my shower.
Yeah, we were watching a episode of a TV show last night, and same thing. I was just like, what the fuck is that noise? And it's outside just bucketing. But yeah, for my job where I have to drive to people's houses, weather like this is not the best.
Music is right down.
Yeah. Also, training tonight is already off. We can't train on the fields. Training last night was off.
So do you have to go to the gym or something?
I've got to go do a bit of running. I already went to the gym this morning, but I've got to do a bit of running at the gym that we've been prescribed, and then I'll have to do a Zoom meeting tonight.
Bless, I love that. I did set my alarm this morning to get up for a run, and I heard the rain and turned it straight back off and went back to sleep.
Yeah, that's why I went to the gym early, but I was not going to be running or walking in that. And Frankie was just looking at me as I left like, are you fucking kidding me? You've got your joggers on. Where are you going?
Where are you going and why aren't I? Where's my lead?
But I was like, babes, it's pissing.
It's wet. Surely dogs can sense that.
Yeah, but Frankie loves the wet. She's just like, how fun's this?
And you're like, I don't want to wash you.
We walked her yesterday to my car that was still at number 2 from Saturday. And we were walking, we're like, it's so funny. There'd be clear bits of path, and she just purposely veers off through puddles the whole way.
I used to have a dog that absolutely loved the rain as well, and you'd get home and he would be sitting out the front in the rain,
yes,
completely drenched, and he was furry like Frankie, and you're just like, oh, bruh.
This is the last thing I need at 5 p.m. when I get home from work is a wet as
mate,
dog.
why do you have to sit at the fence in the torrential rain when there's the other dog was like up in the corner of the pergola making sure that nothing
In the nice little comfy bed you have put there.
Yeah, that no water would come near her, and he was just like, hey, home, look at me, I'm drowned, I'm a drowned rat.
I've been running in this literally all day.
Waiting for you to get home to tell me off. It's like, oh, fucking hell. That's what I have to look forward to now.
It'll be interesting to see what type of dog Max
Well,
is.
I'm trying to he's going all right with the like puppy pads. My poor lounge room is just like completely covered in them. It just looks like a fucking bomb's gone off. And I'll try and like take him out to try it on. But again, this weather's so fucked to try and get him to piss on the lawn. But anyway, he was out there this morning and he's only like this big, and the grass, I wouldn't say is long, but he is a drowned rat. Like just from walking around in it. And he's like,
that's the thing with smaller dogs is like you can't take him to over like a wet field without like the whole tummy and everything just getting wet. Whereas like big dogs, it's like it just gets around their ankles.
Yeah, it's like he is very close to the grass.
Yeah.
Very close. All right, do we want to I'll just let us know, I will let you guys know now, because we're doing this so early, because we're super productive and organised, the team lists aren't out to do our Penthouse Multi. So we might put it up a little bit later tonight or tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll have like a business meeting or something and figure it out, but there will be one because we actually did all right last week.
It was such a strong start, and then it started to
Fell
just,
apart
like,
in the
get
middle.
a bit worse, but it was better than we've been going.
We got 8 from 16, so
50%.
heaps better than the last couple of weeks. That is 50%. Isn't
I was
it?
like, I was like, holy shit, have I got that maths wrong? You gave me a look, and I was like, wait, that.
No,
What?
it's
I was
definitely.
like, I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah, definitely 50%. So that is a pass in some circumstances, but we want to get better. So we will have a nice juicy one for you later in the week. All right, do we want to do our tips?
Yes.
All right, Thursday night we've got Storm taking on Manly.
I have got Storm.
Same, Storm. Manly are in the bin. All right, Panthers versus the Cowboys.
I've gone the Panthers, even though Cows went so well.
I just think those injuries as well may be a hindrance.
Penrith's on fire, and like those injuries definitely.
Penrith are so fucking good, it's not funny.
Yep.
Broncos Titans.
Broncos.
Definitely Broncos.
Yeah. Is Renault back?
Don't know.
We won't know. Team lists aren't out. Never
Team
mind.
lists aren't out, but look, you guys can check that out later for yourselves.
Yeah.
Saturday Arvo, we've got the Warriors taking on the Knights.
I've gone the Warriors.
So have I. Knights stink.
Yeah.
Bunnies versus the Tigers.
I've got the Bunnies at the moment.
So I've actually gone the Tigers because
I'm not sold on that yet. I wouldn't mind going back and watching a few highlights from the weekend.
put the KO Mini on.
Yeah, I think I'll pop the KO Mini on, just check out what the teams are about over the weekend.
I might actually do that too because I literally cannot remember that fucking Bulldogs game. But that's our margin game as well. So I'm going to go Tigers by 10.
Either way I go, it'll be by 6, I'd say.
Whichever loser team. Yeah. Game of the round, Sharks taking on the Roosters at the park in the dark.
Yes.
Now, this is conflicting to everything that we have ever said.
Yes, I think this might be a good time for me to bring up a listener question. I did look at a listener question that's come through, and it's very relevant to this situation.
Get it up.
All right, the question is, does loyalty to the Chooks outweigh the commitment to Sharks at the park in the dark?
Oh, that
It
just
does.
sent like a fucking shiver down my spine then.
At the end of the day, my loyalty does outweigh. However, it does scare me a little bit
Fucking
because
oath it
it's
scares
been
me.
proven right every
So far.
time this week, this year,
Yeah.
this season.
But I would like to come back next week and say that we broke that curse.
Yes,
The-
but it'll make it. Then it makes it so hairy too because it's got to make us like what.
Surely they can't be playing at home in round 13 then, or 14.
Maybe the Chooks are always an exception.
Fucking, actually, yeah. Take that with a grain of
Because
salt.
I still want to keep tipping as Sharks at the park in the dark, even if they lose this one. So
Maybe when we do our penthouse, we just go try scorers for that one.
yeah, just so we're playing both sides of the field a bit.
Yeah, but I'm definitely tipping.
But I'm definitely tipping the Chooks.
definitely tipping. But as for
It
bets,
does give me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies.
bloody oath it does, and it makes me nervous because Sharks are hot. Well, they've been hot and cold, but they've been hot the last couple of weeks. Nico Hines back in the halves is good, but again, James Tedesco,
Yep.
Sam Walker, Luke Keary, Jared Warrior-Hargreaves, whatever,
Etc.
etc. Do you want me to name the whole fucking team list? I can't because they're not out. All right, Sunday. Bulldogs taking on the Dragons.
I've gone the Dragons.
Same. Dragons have also been playing all right, so you've got my tip. All right, last game, Raiders versus the Eels.
I've gone the Eels. Raiders helped me out last week, but I'm going the Eels.
I'm actually going to take the Raiders. This is just to prove the patternary of win-loss, win-loss, win-loss for Para. Now, they beat Manly last week, lost to the Roosters the week before, beat Panthers. They must be due for a loss.
Potentially. I don't hate that pattern.
And if that comes off, I might be the greatest pattern artist in the world.
Yes.
But we will wait and see. Anyway, yeah, Penthouse will be up. Make sure you get on and rip and tear and win. All right, we've got some listener questions to finish this bitch up.
We do. We have 2 more listener questions other than the one we just went through. First one says, best place to get picnic rugs.
Picnic rugs
Yeah.
by the Bay label.
Yeah, 100%. I was going to say the exact same
I
thing.
have one. I got it as a gift, and
I've actually been I think I've picnicked on that
you
with
have picnicked on that rug.
That was great.
And can I say one thing? If it wasn't gifted to me, I would have bought it. It is fantastic. So, guys, if you are in the market for a picnic rug, by the Bay label, Instagram, and I'm sure there's a website you can go to from there. They are fantastic. The first day that I had it, Brooke Walklade and I laid on it for a good 2 hours hungover. And it was fantastic. It's huge.
Yeah, that's what you want in a picnic rug. You want something big, you want it sturdy, and they're also pretty.
They're pretty as well. So if you want something to
While we're going to be out
Catch
here
your-
live, laugh, loving, and like self-discovering, we're going to
journal
need that.
on your new By the Bay label.
Journal. Yeah, agree. Great spot. All right, last one. Favorite Queenslander. Now, this question comes in from someone that I don't think is particularly a rugby league fan, so I don't know if they just mean our favorite Queenslander in general, like our favorite person that lives in Queensland, or our favorite Queensland NRL player.
Well, if it was my favourite Queensland person in general, it's Samantha, who sent this question in, because you're a fucking rip snorter and I love and miss you dearly. She's also the mother of By the Bay label.
Yes. I think if I'm going, it's pretty hard for me because, like, literally my whole family comes from Queensland. But, I mean, technically Mum and Keely are Queenslanders, so I think if we're going to have to give it to them.
Oh, God, how did I not even forget? Shout out to Keely. It was her birthday the other day.
Yes, shout out Keely. Happy birthday. She worked the whole time.
Fuck yeah.
So that was fun, and she didn't get to play soccer because she was at work as well.
Oh, beauty. Welcome to the big wide bad world of shift work and fucking shit weather.
Yeah, so anyway, I hope she had a great day.
As for NRL players,
Favourite Queensland NRL player? Ever?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Let's just go currently playing.
Currently playing. And do I just like them in general, or is it I like their playing? Like, we need more context to these messages.
Let's go favourite, not necessarily favourite player. Let's just go favourite across the board. Maybe Val Holmes.
I was literally about to say Val Holmes. That's
Val
the
Holmes
only
is a bit of a
person I can.
honey.
That's the only person I can think of.
He's a bit of a honey.
Him
He's
or
been
Cameron
playing-
Munster. They're
he's
literally
been
the only
playing
people I can
great
think
footy. All the rest of that.
All right, let's lock in Val Holmes. So Val Holmes for favourite Queenslander. Sam Keely, mum. Like, not professional athlete.
Yeah. Also my nana. Shout
And
out.
your nan. I don't really know anyone else that's in Queensland, to be honest, off the top of my dome. But as for Fun Fresh and Footy, I think that's us done for the week. So everyone have a fantastic week. Up the chooks. And look, if you're in the mood for self-discovery, please share this podcast with your nearest and dearest, because
This is the first step to self-discovery.
This is the first step to self-discovery. You heard it here fucking first. All right, Petey, let's wrap this up.
Hooroo.
Bye.
All I do is win, win,